And joining us now, great to welcome a man that has put together a book that's going to help a lot of people. He's also well known. You've probably heard him on his podcast called The Fat Burning Man Show, which is really one of the more popular ones out there. And we're joined today by Abel James. The name of the book is The Wild Diet. Get back to your roots, burn fat, and drop up to 20 pounds in 40 days. And Abel, good to talk with you. How are you today?
Thanks for having me, Doug. I'm feeling awesome.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations on the success of the podcast. It's not easy to do. I'm doing one of those, but that's a pretty good number. Over 500,000 downloads a month. Pretty good.
Thank you. Well, I came with unfair advantages, which is I've been in front of a mic for a long time as a musician, as a struggling musician, so it's nice to have a channel to kind of get stuff out there, and I'm thrilled that people listen to it. It
really reaches, I guess, anybody that wants to lose weight or get healthy. So you cut across a wide demographic there. Let's talk a little bit about your beginning. I know you're from New Hampshire originally. I spent a little time up there. Our school had a camp up there near Marlboro, but then you went out to where? Denver? Is that where you are now?
Right now I'm in Arizona, but actually we're heading your way. My folks are in St. Augustine, and so we're going to come out there for a month or two this summer.
Oh, great. Yeah, we'll maybe have you on at that time as well. But let's talk about the diet, because you mentioned in the book how once you left the comfort of New Hampshire, your diet went a little haywire, and you didn't feel too good, right?
Yeah, that's right. Or the discomfort of New Hampshire, depending on which season it was. But yeah, so basically I went from eating a lot of foods, not necessarily all my foods, but a lot of foods. Mom always had a garden, and Dad did too, and he was a great cook, and so we were eating a lot of really high-quality stuff that just grew in the backyard because it was cheap and it was there. And then I went to, thinking that I was better than all of that, getting out of my bodunk town, and took a big fancy job in D.C. to try to pay off my loans, and started eating like a city person eats, eating health foods and eating things that were fashionable. Drinking my orange juice in the morning and eating my whole grains. And my doctor said, for the first time I had really good insurance, and so my doctor said I should be eating low-calorie, low-fat, staying away from cholesterol, and so I did. And over the course of the next few months and years, I for the first time in my life, I got fat. I put on weight. I didn't even know that I could get fat before that. But everyone else was getting fat, too, so I thought it was just kind of genetics or something.
Is it, and you talk about it in the book, and you hear the term, genetically modified foods and all that. I know that isn't the only reason we're putting on more weight, but it's a big one, isn't it?
Well, it is, because our food quality is just so poor. What we eat in America from fast food restaurants, from cans and packages we get in the supermarket these days, wouldn't pass for dog food in other countries. And we just got back from Peru. We're big travelers. And it's amazing. You go to a different country, and the food is completely different. It's fresh, and it's real, and it's from the backyard chickens. And, we're just so far from that in America that it's really starting to have an undeniable effect on us.
Well, let's talk about the wild diet, and it's based a lot on trying to eat more natural foods, but kind of give me the synopsis of it.
Yeah, so if you're looking at your plate, first of all, you want to know where your food comes from. You want to make sure everything is the highest quality you can find and afford. Every great chef knows that flavor comes from freshness. So that's really important. You want to be eating high-quality stuff. But if you look at your plate, you want it to be... I've said this before, but I've had a lot of health experts on my show. They disagree about everything except for the fact that we should all be eating more veggies. So more than half the plate is leafy greens and colorful, non-starchy veggies like kale, spinach, arugula, things like that, or big old ugly beefsteak tomato. And then you want to have a generous portion of protein would be about the size of your palm, and that could be, pasture-raised, grass-fed meats like beef or pork or chicken. Fish is fantastic. And then you want to be filling up and sweetening and adding flavor to your foods with fruits and with healthy fats like grass-fed butter or coconut oil, avocado. There is so much great food that's getting easier and easier to find these days.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned you can't have meat, because you hear a lot of these diets, stay away from meat, stay away from everything that tastes good. But protein is important, right? You have to get it from somewhere, and a little meat's not gonna hurt you, as long as it's high quality, right?
That's right. We had a big old roast duck last night, and that's some of the fattiest, delicious meat you can find. So, yeah, so we do eat meat. And it's something that, I think is polarizing, because a lot of people, they say don't eat meat because, of factory farms and stuff like that. And it's true. Like 90% of our meat in America comes from these, horrifying factory farms. But you can also find really, really good, high-quality meat. We grew up next to a buffalo farm in New Hampshire, and eating bison and more natural meats in the true sense of the word, or meat from backyard chickens and things like that, that eat their natural diet and they don't eat junk, is something that can be very healthy.
And eating more natural foods, that helps you burn fat quicker? Is that what happens in the body, or what causes the fat to burn quicker?
Essentially, the reason that happens is because we're all meant to be average weight. We're all meant to be our perfect high school weight. Mm-hmm. It's just we're eating things that are causing us to be fat. So when you get rid of those processed foods that are tricking your brain and making you addicted, and also making your body function poorly because of these low-quality foods, it's a marvel that a lot of us are even alive, given what we put our bodies through. So when you take that stuff out, it's like your body. The reason I lost 20 pounds in 40 days is because I was carrying an extra 20 pounds. And when I started eating right and continued to exercise the right way, that excess weight just came right off.
Well, what do you think of, you hear a lot of the people now juicing, or get those, super fast Nutri-Blenders, whatever. Is that good for you too?
I'm a big fan of green smoothies. So if you're making it primarily of vegetables, think of basically like turning your salad into a smoothie, throwing it in the blender. One of the problems with juicing is that it's so easy to do it wrong, especially if you don't do it yourself. So if you're getting your juice primarily from fruits, I actually don't recommend it at all, because, in one of those juices, you can have 90 grams of sugar if you're doing it from orange juice or apple juice or any sort of tropical fruit. So I always recommend that people keep their fruits and veggies whole. You don't just drink the juice, but you drink the fiber that comes along with it, because that really helps regulate your whole system, clears your digestion. So it can help certain people if you know how to do it right. It can be a great tool. But if you're just getting into it, I recommend smoothies.
And your book has a ton of recipes in there, a lot of them dessert recipes. I think a lot of people will be happy to hear. So you can't have dessert, right?
Oh, absolutely. We had, last night we had mint chocolate chip ice cream that we made out of coconut milk, and a little bit of cheesecake that was left over from Easter. And man, you can have a lot of fun with this stuff, especially if you find a way to sneak real food into your desserts, which we do. Like the cupcakes will throw a beet in there or some sweet potato. So you're getting, instead of from grains, which are going to make your blood sugar go all wonky, you're getting it from veggies. So it has the natural nutrients in there and the fiber, and it's really good too.
Well, the name of the book is called The Wild Diet. We've been talking to Abel James, the fat-burning man. I didn't give you the proper intro before, but Abel, you have a website you want to direct people to? I know it's a popular website you have.
Yeah, you bet. So the name of my show, as you said, is Fat Burning Man. You can find that on iTunes, but even more easily at fatburningman.com. And the name of the book is The Wild Diet. You can find that at wilddietbook.com.
Great. We'll also have a place on the website, too. People can order it. But, Abel, great to have a chance to chat with you. If you're in Florida, give us a holler, and love to have you on again. Thanks for joining us today.
That sounds great. Thank you so much, Doug.
If you'd like to order the book we're talking about, please go to DougMilesMedia.com and enter the author's name in the Amazon search box. Thank you for listening. Please come back soon for more conversations here at DougMilesMedia.com. This has been a presentation of Doug Miles Media, all rights reserved. You can listen to or download previous programs at iTunes, Stitcher.com, or Doug Miles Media.